3, 2, 1.
You ready?
You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. We are the Real Pineapple. This is Hunter, and I'm here with Colin. Colin, how you doing, friend?
I'm good. How you doing, bro?
Dude, I would be great if we were talking about something that was good. So I'm gonna just jump right in. Sometimes we try to build a little suspense. I fucking hate Holmes and Watson. It is a horrendous movie. Horrendous doesn't even honestly get it apart. It is one of the worst things I've seen in the last 5 years.
Oh shit!
No, I
hilarious.
fucking hate this movie, man. So I left the theater pissed. Like I was, OJ saw it with me. I gotta be honest, man. So the last couple Will Ferrell movies, like The House, wasn't very good. Oh god, what else have you done? Get Hard wasn't very good. Dude, the fact that I would rather watch Daddy's Home than Holmes and Watson really says something. Will Ferrell, and I know people love Will Ferrell, but he has been phoning it in for damn near a decade. Whether it's Daddy's Home 2, whether it's The House, whether it's fucking Zoolander 2, whether it's Get Hard, whether it's Anchorman 2, which was 2013. Good God, that's only 5 years ago. Whether it's a Campaign, which wasn't very good. Will Ferrell has just been sucking for a while. I think the last thing I genuinely loved him in was Everything Must Go. And that was 2010. That was 8 years ago. And The Other Guys. So the last good year Will Ferrell had was 2010. Ever since then, he's just been putting out dog shit. And I know someone will say, what about Funny or Die? Fair enough, fine. I'll give him Funny or Die, because Funny or Die is quite wonderful. But as far as feature films, he has sucked ass through a goddamn straw for the last 8 years. I am sick of Will Ferrell, man. I really am. You know, I feel bad for John C. Reilly in this. John C. Reilly is one of the best actors we have, man. He's actually done some really great shit, whether it was him in Guardians of the Galaxy, or Life After Beth, or We Need to Talk About Kevin, or the Vampire's Assistant. John C. Reilly's been making really great shit for a while. There's that movie of him and Jonah Hill that I'm totally blanking on the name of the movie. Cyril. With him, Jonah Hill, and Marissa Tomei. That's a great movie. John C. Reilly's been great. Will Ferrell fucking sucks, and he's been coasting on his goddamn name. It is frustrating to me as a critic that he keeps putting out bullshit and knows it's bullshit. He clearly knows this is bad, because this script has been around for about a decade. Apparently, they've been trying to make this. Sacha Baron Cohen originally was supposed to play Watson, and you know, he dropped out probably because he was smart and realized, like, I don't want to be associated with this. So we get Ethan Cohen, who goes ahead and takes over as writer and director. And dude, I love the Coen brothers, man, but this movie is fucking terrible. Colin, go ahead.
Wow, where do I begin? How long are we into the review already? I guess we're like 3.5. That was a pretty good opening rant. I liked it.
Thanks, man.
So you brought up a lot of good points about Will Ferrell really not making great movies for a long time now, which is, it's fair. It's hard to argue against that. That's for sure. I don't think I'm quite there with like the pure hatred of him. You're talking about Will Ferrell now, like the way you talk about Adam Sandler, which is funny. I'm like, man, Will Ferrell really is fallen from grace, at least in your eyes. He definitely is not the same. I think I'm still in like, I think Step Brothers had its 10-year anniversary this year. So that was the first. No, that was the second movie we got with him and John C. Reilly, because they were in Talladega Nights first.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy to think it was 10 years ago that they last did this buddy type of movie. Yeah, I agree with you. I love John C. Reilly, and in fact, a lot of scenes John C. Reilly still got me in this movie.
He was trying. He was at the very least trying.
I still think he's hilarious. Like, he just reminds me of just that goof that, was in Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, Walk Hard.
Love Walk Hard.
Yeah, I mean, he's great with comedy. Will Ferrell, like, it's so weird because he was just like the funniest guy in the universe when I was in high school. That whole era, like with Anchorman coming out and then Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, he was just like on a roll, and I loved all of his movies, worshipped them. So it's just like weird now to see him in these movies where, like, they're clearly not trying. It's obvious it's not the same feel of like a Step Brothers where it was like, I don't know, everything they were doing was just all like ad lib and they were improvising off each other. You could see the passion for comedy was still there. This is just like, man, it's pretty phoned in from every angle. And like, I laugh at some of the slapstick stuff just because I'm a moron, and I admit that. But like, the queen, like, falling asleep and banging her head and then falling on the floor. Like, I'm an idiot, so I just laugh at that type of stuff. So
I got maybe 2 actual laughs out of this. So the movie opens up with Sherlock, and I can't remember. That's what it is. He has a crush on this girl, and just to show what dicks kids are, and I cannot stress that enough, kids can be grade-A assholes. So Sherlock is, talking to this girl, and the girl's like, "Oh, I like you, Sherlock. Like, give me a kiss." And so she, of course, goes like, "Close your eyes." Like, the kids go, "Close your eyes," and they like blindfold him. Like, she's painfully shy. So Sherlock puts his lips out to kiss her, and what he ended up kissing with it is like a dog. Like, was it like
it was like the back of a donkey. Like a donkey's ass.
Yeah, and so all the kids, laugh like, "Ha ha." Like, haha, why are you coughing, Colin? And
he's got these allergies going around up here.
Oh, dude, allergies are the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God allergies are legal in California and Nevada.
Yeah, got my allergies in this vaporizer pen.
There you go. But in the funniest scene in the movie, like, Sherlock starts crying, and Holmes just like looks at the kids and starts getting angry and sucks the tears back up into his tear ducts. And I went, okay, that was funny. And then he just starts laying in the kids like, "Oh, you've been cheating on your test. You've been doing this." And I went, okay, that's actually pretty clever. I'll give you that. And so Sherlock, learns from, his teachers, but it's just one-on-one because he got everyone else kicked the fuck out. Which I went, okay, outside of Watson, which I went, you know what? Okay, that's actually decently clever.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny backstory.
Yeah, but that is the hardest laugh I got in this, because then it cuts to, Sherlock Holmes, the world's greatest detective, and it cuts all these newspapers where it's got hip hop playing in the background, which I went, all right, sure, why not? And it cuts to Holmes and Watson, and Holmes is basically playing Ricky Bobby, and John C. Reilly is playing Cal Norton Jr. Like, because Holmes is just dick, and
they might as well have said shake and bake at one point.
Yeah, like they really might as well have. And I'm sitting there watching, and I went, man, there's just no innovation in this. Ray Fiennes in this, the fact they got Ray fucking Fiennes to be in this, I went, really? Ray Fiennes is in this? And he's playing Moriarty, and the fact that he's in it for 5 minutes, maybe, I just went, wow, that is fucking insane to me that you just waste Ray Fiennes like that. The fact Hugh Laurie was in here as Minecraft, I was like, oh my god, what? Like, Hugh, come on, man. Like, you're
I was excited to see him. That like kind of lit me up at the moment because I love House and I just love Hugh Laurie. And like I saw him, I was like, oh yay! And then I immediately was like, oh, it's sad you're in this.
Yeah, and I think the thing that just frustrated me about this is this movie is constantly, well, what if things that occurred now happened back then? There's a point where Holmes is trying on hats, which this is when I started to hate the movie. They're going to go ahead and go to court to find to basically testify against Moriarty. And Watson goes, "Oh, let's try on some hats." And so it turns into a hat.
Jesus, that whole scene was so terrible.
So it turned to a hat montage, which I went, "Cool, this is what I want from a Sherlock Holmes movie." So
it was so cringy. None of it was funny.
So of course he puts on a bunch of hats. At the end of the movie he'll get his iconic hat, but he has this this one hat that says "Make London great, make England great
so
again."
Stupid.
And I just went, and look, I will be the first to admit. We've tried to kind of steer clear. Well, sometimes we try to steer clear of politics here. I am no Trump fan, but when I saw that, I just went, "Okay, guys, really? Like, this is lowest hanging fruit." And these went, "Fine, why not?"
It wasn't even like a joke. It was just like, "Hey, look, the Trump hat. Isn't that funny, everybody?" Like, it wasn't even like applicable in any way other than just like, "Hey, where you seen this before? Trump. Isn't that funny?" Like, this is such a dumb joke.
Yeah, so that happened. So they end up going to the court. They Holmes and just in the most ridiculous plot twist, Holmes goes, "Well, you know what? I don't think this is a real Moriarty. I think this is a man as an imposter Moriarty." And I went, "Wait, what?" And it really makes no sense at all, to the point where Steve Coogan, who's one of the few things I actually liked about this fucking movie, he plays like the head of police, and he's like, "You're insane! Like, this is clearly Moriarty." He's like, "No, this is an imposter." So Moriarty gets let go, which again makes no fucking sense. And then of course, they go, "Oh, Moriarty's back. Oh, the imposter Moriarty's back. How does he know what Moriarty does?" And I'm just like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "This is so dumb." And
did you skip over the bees?
Yeah. Oh, I was getting there. So there's a point where Holmes, like, if you read the, if you read Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and I actually grew up reading some Sherlock Holmes. I fully admit I started with Encyclopedia Brown and then I read Sherlock Holmes, but I love Encyclopedia Brown, don't judge me, but I did read some Sherlock Holmes as a kid, and so Sherlock has kind of a fascination with bees, how they work and all that. So he has this big colony of bees, and so they're trapped in this case, and a fly lands on the case, right?
Yeah, there's a bug in the room, which leads to them slapping each other in the face and then hitting each other. And then it lands on the glass.
So speaking of something that wasn't funny, like there's like, "Oh, there's a fly on you. Oh, I'm gonna slap you as hard as I can. Oh, I'm gonna slap you as hard as I can." Like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Oh my god, make this stop."
I was like giggling because it was so fucking stupid. But I was like, I don't know why that was still making me laugh. It's like, God, these guys are they don't even care. They're just like, it'd be funny if we hit each other.
Dude, they apparently fired the editor first day because, dude, this movie is 90 minutes and still feels about 15 minutes too long. I went like it's almost impressive. So this fly lands on the case. Holmes has his his cricket paddle, I believe, or just a paddle. It doesn't matter. It just has a paddle, and so they steal the thing from Guy Ritchie's Sherlock Holmes reboots, like, "Oh, the angle of the trajectory of the fly, if I hit it here, then, this will kill the fly but not crack the glass." And of course, it makes Sherlock immediately look like a goon because he does all that calculating and he cracks the glass anyway. And all the bees break out and hilarity ensues. I just was sitting there thinking, I cannot understate how much this movie's pissed me off. And that was only maybe at the 20-minute mark. So then we get a bunch of we get a Dr. Grace Hall, who's played by Grace Hart, who's played by Rebecca Hall. You get her in this. All her jokes are, "Oh, she's a woman. She can't be a doctor. She's a female doctor. Like we have a real doctor here." And John Watson's just like, "Oh my god, this is this lowest hanging fruit. Like no one gives a shit." The Moriarty thing is barely wrapped up, like as far as him getting caught or anything. It's wrapped up in like the last 90 seconds. Literally the last 90 seconds. They find him somewhere, and
I don't even know what I was watching for most of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what they were doing. Like, they were, like, trying to figure out who did it or where Moriarty was. And, like, the whole time, I'm just like, they're just fucking around doing God knows what. And I was like, there's no story here. And then, they just find him at the end, like, out of nowhere.
Yeah, So that happens, and so, in the most ridiculous plot twist, it's not even a twist, it's just like a very lame, we couldn't think of anything, so why the fuck not? Sherlock Holmes goes, Watson did it. He's the one who's impersonating Moriarty. Which, when you sit back and think about it, makes no goddamn sense. When Holmes lays out his reasons, and everyone just goes, yep, this is totally fine. I went, no! This doesn't make sense! And Watson rightfully so is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And, oh god, the more I'm sitting here thinking about it, man, the more my grade is dropping. So I will give the movie one thing. I got 2 laughs I mentioned, right? So they set up, and I saw if the gag hadn't been in the trailer, I should probably would have laughed harder. But John Watson goes ahead and is wanting to take a picture with the Queen, which I'll admit is one of the few things that actually made me laugh. So that
Scene was pretty. That scene was actually good.
That he's actually like really hot for the Queen. He's like, oh my god, she's ravishing. like that actually made me laugh. I went, okay.
I like that part.
Like, this is making me chuckle. And so he's like, oh, can I take a picture of you? Who's gonna take the picture? That's my impression of the Queen. Don't judge me. It's like, you know, like, oh, can I take it? Like, I have what's called a self-photograph. You know, a selfie. And of course he's holding this big giant camera. It hits Queen in the face. And I will say it made me laugh. It's a cheap joke, but it did make me laugh. I went, all right, fine. Two laughs. But, I mean, 2 laughs of a 90-minute movie, that is a very bad hit percentage. That is a bad on base. And the movie, man, I felt myself being more and more insulted the more I was sitting there watching it. I just went, no one gives a shit about this. The fact this was a Coen brother, I went, writing is like one of your guys' things. How the fuck is the writing so bad in this? And I know everyone has a bad day, but fuck, this was a really bad day.
Well, this is like the shitty Coen.
Yeah, true.
This is Eaton. The other guy's Ethan Coen.
Yeah, and so yeah, I think he damn sure proved he's a shitty Coen.
Yeah, he's the fucking shitty Coen.
Yeah, I mean, dude, maybe it's like that Family Guy joke where it's like Good Will Hunting by Matt Damon, and maybe Ethan is like Ben Affleck. He just sits on his couch and lets the other Coen actually do all the work.
Yeah. Of course, this guy directed Get Hard.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh god, that pisses me off even more. The thing about this movie, man, is that I think even if you like Step Brothers, and I love Step Brothers, and I love Talladega Nights, and Walk Hard, Colin will tell you that is one of my favorite fucking movies. I love Walk Hard.
Yeah, 100%.
If you like any of those movies, you will probably hate this. And I was talking to my manager about it, and she was like, oh yeah, I laughed a couple times. I'm like, yeah, I laughed literally a couple times. And she was like, yeah, it's really stupid. I'm like, you're underselling it. This movie fucking blows. And the biggest laugh I got out of this is that it came in just before the new year. So it qualifies for my worst stuff of last year. And trust me when I say, spoiler alert, this is damn sure going to be on there. It's probably going to be pretty high up on my worst stuff, to be completely honest. Yeah, man. Any other thoughts on this, man, before we kind of wrap it up?
Yeah, I love how much you hated it. I definitely didn't hate it as much. The other parts that I was laughing at is Lauren Lapkus. I think she's actually really funny. And she's kind of like playing this like mute that's following her along the Doctor from America. I don't know. That was the only time that I actually thought like Will Ferrell was funny the whole time too, was like when he was feeding off of Lauren Lapkus, because I don't know. I always thought she was really funny. Rebecca Hall was kind of like, you know, just kind of there. And then, yeah, Ralph Fiennes was wasted. Steve Coogan was kind of funny. Yeah, man. For the most part, like, I was I like rolling my eyes and thinking this is so stupid and bad, and they're not even trying, more than I was like giggling and laughing. But I did giggle and laugh at like I think sounds like more than you were at least.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go first. I'm gonna get
no, I'll just throw my grade out there. That's pretty much
okay.
all I have to say. Yeah, so I'm gonna put my grade at like a D. It was definitely definitely dumber than when I actually thought like this is dumb enough to actually make me laugh. So I'll give it a D. Stage is yours, sir.
All right. So if you like any of, dude, I would rather get. So I just watched. So OJ is a fan of Insane Clown Posse, right? And so I promised him I'd watch this movie that the Insane Clown Posse did called Big Money Hustlers, right? So I just watched it on Sunday. I laughed harder at Big Money fucking Hustlers than I did at Holmes and Watson. Dude, this movie just pissed me off in a way that I haven't been pissed off in a long time. And I was just sitting there flabbergasted, like, how the fuck is something this ungoddamn funny? Like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. 2 laughs, I think, is what I got. And there's a twist near the end with basically a secondary villain that I went, oh, fuck off. Like, the way they presented it, it's like, dun dun dun. I went, no, absolutely fucking not. I am not giving you that fucking twist. And Billy Zane pops up for no reason at all. I laughed at his cameo in Zoolander 2. Dude, his cameo here, just like, it's Billy Zane. I went, who the fuck cares if Billy Zane's here? Like, he's not gonna save this shit. I don't know what could have saved this shit, honestly. Like, the fact this movie was in, like, limbo for a decade, it really fucking shows. And it's a shame because as far as the way it's shot, the Victorian London stuff, it looks beautiful. And I just went, it's a shame it's wasted in this fucking movie. They needed someone who actually gave a fuck about Sherlock Holmes. Because no one on the set clearly did. I thought John C. Reilly, at the very least, was trying. There is... I got a chuckle out of this line. I think he's talking to Grace Hart, and he goes, would you like some heroin? And it just comes from nowhere. I went, what? And I got a chuckle out of it. And John C. Reilly, like I said, he really was trying here. I thought he cared. I think Will Ferrell could not give less of a fuck anymore. Those Daddy's Home films were pretty much the death nail for me. I just went, I'm done with you. Like, you don't care about acting anymore. And to be honest, with all the money you've made, I'm not really surprised. I mean, he's worse than Adam Sandler for me right now. And the reason I say that is because I saw, and it's just a clip, admittedly, but I saw a clip off of 100% Fresh, which is that stand-up special that Netflix, that Adam Sandler did on Netflix because they've been super happy with how his shitty movies are down there. And he has this tribute to Chris Farley, and I went, okay, Adam Sandler genuinely shows that he still has some talent. I cannot remember the last time that I looked at Will Ferrell and went, oh man, he's still got it. I don't think he has it anymore, to be completely honest. And I even seen him in interviews for this movie. I was like, I just don't think he fucking cares. I don't think he cares. As the moment the check cleared, he went, cool, I don't give a shit. I can just go on shows and talk about Talladega Nights and, SNL. I barely have to talk about this movie because it sells itself because I'm in it. And it's an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. 8 fucking percent. How? You know what? I think 9 Lives is actually higher on Rotten Tomatoes. Actually, I'm gonna look that up real quick because
9 Lives is great.
Okay. But
that is a really funny movie to watch now. Given the main actor in that one.
Kevin Spacey's having.
How weird is that movie now to watch? Holy shit, we gotta watch that movie again.
Yeah, maybe we'll re-review. Dude, 9 Lives has a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, 9 Lives has it's so dumb and stupid that I actually enjoy it. That's how bad that movie is. This movie, it doesn't even hit that at all for me.
But yeah, this movie just angered the fuck out of me. I'm sitting there watching it, and I just went, for all the adaptations, and they've done probably 100 adaptations of Sherlock Holmes. I mean, the BBC show, I think, is still the fucking gold standard. I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman. Dude, that is a drama of a show, Sherlock, and I'll get more laughs out of that than I will out of this film. And those episodes are about 90 minutes, so it's comparable. But just not one fight scene, by the way, because Will Ferrell, I'm sure, they're like, oh, we want you to have like a hand-to-hand. He's like, nope, fuck that. Like, that's work. Like, I'll go ahead and just sit here and, I hate this movie. I can't stress enough how much I hate this. And if you do like this movie and you know me, please don't tell me, because it will be one of those things like, go, cool, I never want to get your opinion on film ever again because you're a fucking fool. This is a go fuck yourself to the highest fucking degree. I might hate this more than 50 Shades Freed, to be completely honest. Like,
come on now.
No, dude, no, I am dead serious, man. I could not believe how angry I genuinely was leaving the theater. Like I said, man, I leave theater, it's like, okay, out of sight, out of mind most of the time. But this dish was just anger-inducing, man. and I actually got up mid-movie, and I never do. I got up mid-movie to get another drink because I was so pissed off. I never do that. And I was fucking furious. So, you know what, John C. Reilly, you've done enough great shit, sir. I will give you a pass. And what's crazy, John C. Reilly was just in. I haven't had a chance to see it yet, but he just got a Golden Globe nomination for Stan and Ollie, which he's in with Steve Coogan. I want to see that, and I'm hearing nothing but great reviews about that movie. So apparently he atoned for his sins immediately. Will Ferrell, apparently fucking not. So you know what? To Will Ferrell, go fuck yourself. Actually make something good, because I'm done with your shitty movies, man. Just, yeah. You got anything else, man?
Got so intense with Will Ferrell. No, man, we're good.
The thing is, man, I know Will Ferrell can do better. I know he can. He's done better. I just watched his cameo in that movie, The Goods, that Jeremy Piven's in, and that cameo is way funnier than anything that was in this movie. So, yeah, Will Ferrell, come on, man. Like, I know you've got all the money in the world, but shit, if you're gonna put something out, try. Like, a little bit, dick. But anyways, I digress. So, have you guys seen Holmes and Watson? I pray you haven't, but if you have, let us know what you thought in the comments below. You can follow us on, you can go and give us a like on Facebook, please, at The Real Pineapple. You can follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play Music at The Real Pineapple. You can follow yours truly on the Twitter at JHunterRealPineapple. You can follow Colin on Twitter at
The Real O'Neill. And
you can follow Scott on Twitter at NearmanTheFirst. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll have reviews up this weekend for Hearts Beat Loud. We'll have a review up for A Quiet Place, which I finally watched, and I need to... I want to rewatch it again because I just want to take more notes on it. But we'll have a review for Hearts Beat Loud and In a Quiet Place. And damn it, I keep saying we're going to do it, and we're doing it this weekend. I do not care. We're reviewing Won't You Be My Neighbor, because, spoiler alert, I love that movie. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for the support. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Bye.